Bel-Air has officially closed its final chapter, and the finale delivered a moment so electrifying, so deeply nostalgic, that fans are still buzzing about it. The long-running Reboot series ended with an emotional, cinematic, utterly unexpected twist, a surprise cameo by Will Smith himself, the original Fresh Prince. No announcement, no teaser, no leaks, just a sudden, powerful arrival that instantly turned the finale into a cultural milestone. The episode sets the tone with young Will, played by Jabari Banks, preparing for another major transition in his life, this time heading back to Philadelphia for college after years of growth, conflict, triumph, and self-discovery in Los Angeles. Instead of a big party or emotional send-off, the show chooses something quieter, more reflective. Will drives up to a scenic overlook above the city, a symbolic midpoint between where he's been and where he's going. The LA skyline stretches out beneath him, golden and distant. The scene sits in silence for a few beats, letting that weight settle in. Then, in one of the most iconic moments in modern TV reboots, a figure steps into frame beside him, calm, composed, older, familiar. It's Will Smith, the original Will, a presence so deeply tied to the DNA of this franchise that the moment he appears, everything stops. Fans who watched the original comedy series in the 90s felt a wave of nostalgia crash over them, and viewers who discovered Bel-Air through its dramatic retelling felt the significance instantly. Will Smith opens with a line that cuts through the moment. "Stepping into the future's kinda scary, huh?" He delivers it not like an actor reading a script, but like someone who has lived, stumbled, risen, learned, and wants to hand over something real. Young Will responds with a quiet attempt at confidence, but the hesitation is there, and the moment becomes a conversation not just between characters, but between eras. Will Smith continues with an emotional monologue that instantly became one of the most quoted lines in the show's history. He tells young Will that nobody has all the answers, and that pretending otherwise only makes life harder. He reminds him that mistakes are inevitable, growth is mandatory, and joy is necessary. When he jokes about cheesesteaks and cholesterol, it feels like a callback to the humor that defined the Fresh Prince era, but wrapped in the maturity of someone who has lived decades beyond it. Then comes the line that fans latched onto across social media. "Life goes by fast, man. Try to enjoy the ride. I'll let you in on a little secret. We're gonna be all right." It's reassurance, it's legacy, it's closure, and it's hope. Behind the camera, this moment almost didn't happen. The series team had written two completely different endings, one featuring the cameo, one without. Because of scheduling conflicts and time constraints, no one knew until almost the final stretch which version they'd film. The cast and crew kept it incredibly quiet. Even many involved in early production didn't know which version they'd film. When Will Smith finally confirmed availability just weeks before filming wrapped, the writers scrambled to adapt the finale so the cameo would feel organic, powerful, and earned. And they delivered. Bel-Air, from its premiere, was never meant to be a copy of the 90s sitcom. It wasn't trying to mimic jokes or recycle storylines. Instead, it took the familiar outline, a teen from West Philly adjusting to life with the wealthy Banks family in California, and rebuilt it as a grounded, emotional drama exploring identity, culture, trauma, aspiration, and belonging. Every season layered more depth onto Will, Carlton, Hillary, Ashley, Vivian, Philip, and Jeffrey. Instead of bright sitcom cues, scenes were filled with real-world stakes, mental health struggles, social pressure, cultural dissonance, complicated family dynamics, and the cost of ambition. This reboot resonated with a generation navigating similar challenges, and yet it always carried echoes of the original. Every character, every arc, every major choice was intentionally constructed to honor what fans loved while evolving the story to meet modern realities. Guest appearances by members of the original cast over the years added sentimental flavor, but the finale's cameo wasn't just sentimental, it was symbolic. It was a blessing passed hand to hand between two Wills, two storytellers, two eras of emotional impact. Jabari Banks, now fully owning the role that once defined Will Smith's early career, has spoken about how surreal it was filming that final moment. For him, standing beside the person who originated the character felt like the passing of a torch, not because the reboot aimed to replace the original, but because it sought to expand it. His performance across the series showed vulnerability, fearlessness, and rawness that matched the reboot's tone while still capturing the charm that made the Fresh Prince iconic. Fans reacted passionately and overwhelmingly positively. The cameo became an overnight trending topic, with viewers describing the moment as goosebumps from start to finish, the perfect farewell, and the crossover I didn't know I needed. Others called it a healing moment, not just for the show, but for their own memories of growing up watching Will Smith's rise from sitcom superstar to one of Hollywood's most recognizable figures. The finale also wrapped up the major arcs of the Banks family in a satisfying way. Carlton finally confronts his struggles with anxiety and addiction with honesty and support surrounding him. Hillary embraces a sense of identity beyond social media fame. Ashley finds her voice and confidence. Vivian and Philip, always balancing career, love, and parenting, close their storyline more united than ever. Jeffrey, the Banks family's anchor, gets some long-awaited emotional resolution. And through it all, Will's journey remained the spine of the series. A kid who once felt displaced finally stood at a crossroads, not lost, not scared, but ready. The surprise cameo didn't overshadow that growth. It emphasized it. It wasn't Will Smith stepping in to take over. It was Will Smith stepping in to tell the new Will, "You've got this." The beauty of this finale is that it respects the original Fresh Prince legacy without leaning on it. Instead, it celebrates evolution. It acknowledges nostalgia while delivering something wholly modern. It marks the end of one version of the story while leaving viewers with hope for everything that comes next, for young Will, for the Banks family, and for the cultural legacy the franchise continues to shape. And now, fans are left with a finale that does something rare. It satisfies longtime viewers, rewards new ones, and brings two generations of storytelling together in a single powerful frame. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.